So we just think we're here together. Just to do a little bit of working with our mind in a disciplined way for 30 minutes so that we can develop it to its natural state of Buddhahood for our sake, of course, and for the sake of others, for the purpose of ourselves and the purpose of others. That's our job. So we imagine the sky, the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, in the aspect of a monk, which is really just the manifestation. You know, all the Buddhas are manifestations of different qualities. So, you know, they've got the Buddhas in the Vajrayana, manifestations of different qualities. Here we have the Buddha in the Sutrayana, manifestation of discipline, body, speech, and mind. That's what it is. It's an image representing that, showing us what we can accomplish. Discipline, body, speech, and mind. So golden light body, aspect of a monk with saffron robes. Right hand on his lap, on his knee, pointing down in this mudra. I talk about, you know, this one of the qualities that he represents is enthusiasm and perseverance, never giving up. So apparently when he's under the tree, he was determined, and he said, "The earth is my witness. Touch the earth. I will not move until I achieve the realizations." His left hand in his lap, holding a begging bowl. Everything's radiant light. And he's sitting on a lotus, on a throne. The throne is where you have a teacher, put the guru on a throne. Held up by 4 snow lions, or maybe it's 8, isn't it? 2 at each corner. Totally beautiful, appropriate for Buddha. In the sky, about eye level. And you can't, if you don't have a good visualization, it's okay. Just imagine. It's okay. And if we have a Lama, if we have a spiritual teacher, then it's their mind. It's their mind manifesting as this Buddha for our benefit. Guru. That's why we call him Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. Guru Buddha. And Pramod Rinpoche says, if the Guru isn't the Buddha, then who is, you know? There's logic to all that. We have to think about it, but there's logic to that. It's not just some nice idea. It's logic. Lama Yeshe says, you know, the Buddha's dead. So the Guru for us is the person in front of us who is the Buddha for us. He says the 4 Noble Truths become real when you hear them from the mouth of a person in front of you, who is for you the Buddha. And all the blessings come. So listen, without singing any prayer, just think, just have the feeling of taking refuge, relying upon, being just so delighted. You know, be so delighted that there's somebody we can rely upon who can give us methods to help us become our own Buddha, like a miracle. That's what refuge is. It's delight, relying upon. So just leave Buddha there. And then first we can do a little contemplation. We'll do a couple of contemplations now, different ones. And leave Buddha there. First we can just, in whichever way you're familiar, you observe your mind. There's different objects of concentration. You know, in the Mahamudra technique, like in all the meditations, there are 2 kinds. There's concentration and then there's the insight. So in the Mahamudra style, the concentration, the object, as Lama Yeshe says, you know, it's not some external thing. It's not the breath. It's not the Buddha. It's your mind itself. So very simply, whatever methods you're familiar with, just pay attention, have a determination Got to start with a thought, intention. I will simply watch the mind. So that, I mean, the simple way of putting that is whatever arises, whatever pops up, simply pay attention. No commentary, no analysis, no labeling, no conversation. Just pay attention. So good. Remember, there are many parts of the mind. Sometimes we think, how can my mind be watching my mind? We get very caught up. But the mind has many parts. They all do their job. So when the mind weakens and spaces out, just sharpen it, keep it alert. Just watch. As Lama Yeshe says, when you feel the mind is a bit steady, kind of the object of concentration, they call it the conventional nature of your mind, which is its clarity, which means it's not physical, or the luminosity they sometimes call in the definition of mind. When it's a bit steady, then you can employ the second mode of meditation, the insight component. So now what you do, as Rinpoche says, as Lama says in his book, quoting Panchen Lama in his text, like a tiny fish in water, moving about, but not disturbing the water. So this subtle kind of wisdom, like out of the corner of your eye, you're continuing to watch the mind, that never varies. You continue to pay attention to the mind, that never changes. But out of the corner of your eye, this little wisdom, this little, like a tiny fish, is watching to try to catch the way the I appears to us. You continue to watch the mind. That never changes. and a little tiny part of your mind, like out of the corner of your eye, watching. So see if you can catch the way I appears to us, this independent I. Continue to pay attention to the mind. And then as Lama says, and we can even just imagine this, when you do get it, when it suddenly arises, when you see the appearance, when you maybe catch a moment, he said, of its not of the absence of it, you hold that and you focus on that absence, just even a taste of it. So you can imagine even that, just even imagine that, catching the absence, noticing the absence of that I, and focus on that. And I'll leave that and just let's focus now again on Buddha in front of us, Guru Buddha. So imagine he sends from his heart powerful kind of they say in the Lamrim, I think when you do the refuge meditation, I think you visualize like a sort of like light, like a straw, like a beam of light, and nectar coming with it, white, coming from the heart of Shakyamuni, entering your heart and filling you completely. And you imagine purifying all the obstacles, all the obscurations, all the delusions, all the things that prevent us from being Buddha this second, which are all in our mind. Our misconception of I, this intense attachment, get what I want, the aversion and the panic attack when it doesn't, and all the other 83,997 mistaken concepts in the mind. It's the presence of those in our mind that is the cause of why we're not Buddha this second. So imagine this nectar and light completely purifies, totally filling us. Tayata Muni Muni Maha Munaye Swaha. Tayata Muni Muni Maha Munaye Swaha. Tayata Muni Muni Mahamunaya Swaha. Tayatao Mune Mune 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 Mahamunaya Swaha. Full of this light and nectar, totally purified. Why they can be is because they're adventitious. Buddha has found this outrageous, unbelievable, radical concept. He has found from his own direct experience these delusions are not at the core of our being. They're not at the core of our being. They're not at the core of our being. They're adventitious. They're extra. We don't need them. And he's found that we can rid the mind of them. Imagine, free of them totally. How amazing. Now even visualize Guru Shakyamuni so compassionately sends radiant beam, yellow, the light, and then yellow nectar coming from his heart, entering our heart, and now filling us with what's left in the mind, totally perfected. Remember, Buddha means the eradication of all the nonsense. That's the first one. And then Da means the development of perfection of all the rest, which is the virtues. So now imagine the heart and the mind full of what? Of all the virtues. They are at the core of our being. They do define us. They are who we really are. Compassion, all the qualities, all the virtues. And of course, wisdom that sees things as they are. And the bonus, this is the thing, the bonus, bliss. This is the thing. We want happiness, but what we don't realize is happiness, this state of mind called feeling, pleasant feelings, that totally is there once the delusions are gone. It's our natural state to be in the nature of bliss. These words are serious. So happiness is what we get. We get rid of the delusions. Even that alone is that bliss is inconceivable, not to mention developing all the virtues. So that's the bonus. That's our natural state. The virtues are our natural state. Even speaking conventionally. So full of all this, imagine our own true nature. Tayatao Mune Mune Mahamunaya Swaha. 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 So now imagine the throne Buddha sitting on, and it dissolves up into the lotus. The lotus dissolves into Buddha, and he comes and sits. I forget how to do this one. It's done differently. I'm sorry. I don't remember. Maybe leave him there. I think a replica. I can't remember now. I'm so sorry. I think there's a replica. Leave him there. Leave him sitting there. He sends a replica, I think, from himself. No, maybe you can dissolve him into you. I think it's okay. Then you can become Buddha. Even without initiation, you can become Shakyamuni Buddha. To dissolve him, do like I said before. And then have him coming to your crown, facing the same way, and then he dissolves into golden light. And absorbs through your crown, comes to your heart chakra. Then you imagine that the body, speech, and mind of the Buddha, the body, speech, and mind of our Lama, and our body, speech, and mind, they become one. Lama Yeshe says, union, oneness. Same. Imagine. And then you imagine, somehow you just imagine now you just kind of expand to fill the universe. Because when your mind is enlightened, that's exactly what it does. It's not physical. So how can it be confined by space or time or matter? It can't. Naturally, it pervades wherever there is existence. So just imagine pervading existence, completely blissful, radiant, clear, just no thoughts. Just sit in that, abide in that, no thoughts, bliss, no thoughts. But now just out imagine now we just manifest ourselves as we are and we think now. We've finished with the 4 immeasurable thoughts. We'll say that and we'll just do a couple of other prayers. So now just aspire to use every second of the day, use our body and our speech for the benefit of others, and our mind, watch it like a hawk every second. Identify the delusions. And the first step is don't believe them. They're lies. Attachment lies to us. The delusions lie to us. So don't believe them. First step, don't believe them. That's the key one. Bad enough, as Lama Zopa says, that things appear wrongly to us. But the worst thing is we believe them. So that's a miracle, just a step. Just simply say they're not true. And believe in our karmic appearances. So we just have the 4 immeasurable thoughts. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings could abide in equanimity, free of attachment, ignorance, and attachment, anger, and ignorance. May they abide so. And then this attitude of the Bodhisattva, I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings could be free of suffering and its causes. May they be free. I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings could have happiness and its causes. And Rinpoche says there we should add the happiness of enlightenment. May they have them. I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never parted from higher rebirths and liberation's excellent bliss. May they never be parted. I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. So now, Lou, you got to Lou. Where do we get the prayers from? What's on your? Can we have please? Just it's you know how His Holiness has told us to recite these names of Manjushri, and our trouble is because it's 30 minutes, we just end up not doing it. So I think it's really auspicious we just say a few verses every day. Why would we do that while we're here? Just even a few verses, any of the verses, just to keep this request of His Holiness alive.
One moment, Venerable.
Can we show it on the screen?
Yes, Venerable, give me one moment.
Who's talking? Who? Oh, okay. So I can stick it on the screen, darling. Good. And then stick on the screen also, we should do. Ning Rinpoche recently in San Francisco, in New York, said we must recite every day the prayer His Holiness wrote. Rinpoche's swift return. We must do that because the cause for him to come is not him. He's capable, but he only comes if we create the cause. You know, it's dependent arising. We have to create the cause. Okay. No, not that one. No, it's chanting the names of Manjushri. Chanting the names of Manjushri, it's called. If we haven't got it, don't worry. Just get the swift prayer. Okay, don't worry. We'll do it tomorrow. Just get the swift prayer written by His Holiness. It's a prayer written by His Holiness. It won't be in that book. If we haven't got it, I'll just recite it. Has somebody got it? You've got it there. Just give it to me and I'll just recite it and we'll just have it in our mind.
Sheila, it's the prayer that we have on our regular screens after dedications, the Swift Return Prayer.
I've got it here if you want me to share it. Oh, okay.
There we go. This is by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So from our hearts, you know, even if we don't know Rinpoche, somehow I feel it's a good thing if he comes back because he's, you know, a pretty amazing person, does good on the planet. And we need people like that. Peerless teacher and assembly of children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, together with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please now bestow the virtue and goodness to accomplish this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Next page. Incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make this request. While striving single pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway for which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed for peace. Such a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and of the great waves of Bodhicitta, of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Tangtub semchog rinpoche ma ke panam ke guchig ke panyam pa me pa yang gong ne gong du shog. And just think, dedication, you know, this 30 minutes gone like a dream. But every thought, the two things in Buddhism, it seems, about the mind. One is the karmic one, kind of the qualitative thing of whatever we think and do and say kind of programs us in virtue and non-virtue. But the other one is merely the fact that everything we think and do and say and see and hear and taste and touch and smell since beginning of this time stays in the mind. It just stays there. Nothing ever goes astray. So thinking, even if we haven't remembered these words, they've gone in. If we forget the 30 minutes, what we've done, it's gone in. How we'd be amazed, be delighted by that. And use the rest of our day as well as we can. Watch our body. When you're with others, they say, watch your body and speech. When you're on your own, watch your mind. Okay, thank you, people. Good.